All right, all right, all right. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is April 22nd, 2024, and it's Monday. The most important day of the week in ufology. Why? Because now we have a topic. We have a topic that'll last all week or a day. It depends how exciting it goes. But I got to tell you, who knew? Who knew? Well, I kind of did. I had to keep it quiet. I couldn't say who it was. But what a great 1 hour of entertainment we had that night when Jason Sands, who went as Ted Howells, showed up on GUFON's Roundtable show on June 11th, 2023 to discuss and defend David Grush, his friend. Now, this is a very interesting situation I have been, given. So forgive me if I am not privy to every single bit of information that has come with Jason Sands being a whistleblower now and was on this show talking about his experiences a year ago. I just found out that's who the guy was when I woke up. So, I have to work all day, do other things. And, there's a 5-hour thing that he was on, Spaces, I guess, on X. And I didn't listen to it. Amy listened to it, Nikki Starchild from the Alien Girl 111. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have known any of this was going on. So thank you, Amy, Nikki Starchild from Alien Girl Uno One Uno. Right? So I find out about this. So I go, oh my God, this guy was on the show. Let me go get it. So I went looking for it. It's missing. I had no idea. 2 weeks ago, I was going through the analytics on my channel. I was shadow banned, but I still look. And I'm looking for the show, the Roundtable show, and I don't see it. And I'm looking for another show. I don't see it. 2 shows that had to do with Grush are gone. Well, whistleblowers and Grush. Why would YouTube take down Jason Sands' show? I didn't play any videos that day. Or did I? Maybe I did, but I didn't get any notifications. It was strictly a roundtable show. So all we did was talk for 2.5 hours or whatever it was. And the show was removed. I never got a message, never got a warning. I looked everywhere. And, I know my channel very well. I stare at it for hours. So it got removed probably a couple of weeks ago because I was looking in the analytics and I saw, oh my God, that had a lot of views. That was a good night. I remember that. But the shows the day before are there. The 10th, the 11th is missing, and the 12th is there, and so on. It is weird. And then the other show, the David Grush News Nation interview, was taken down. I got a strike for it, but they didn't take it down. I still was able to keep the show. But now I was still able to see it in the thing, but you couldn't play it. Nobody else could see it. Is that how strikes work? Am I confusing that? Because maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably misremembering. I thought when you get a strike, it's removed. I'm probably misremembering. Well, whatever happened, they took that down. I shouldn't have been stricken for it. Anyway, neither here nor there now, right? So we're going to talk about, and I'm going to play that interview. Well, it's not really an interview. It's a roundtable discussion where we listened to, at the time, was Ted Howell, who was Jason Sands, talking about his experience working with, you know who, and you know where, but you probably don't remember why. So we're going to talk about that tonight. Now, I'm going to do a quick roll call tonight because it's one of those shows I feel like, something's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. I made a bet with Amy. She says, you'll have 500 people there tonight. I'm like, it's going to be normal. If there is any type of boost in this show, it'll either be after or it'll be just 200 people, 225. So anyway, you guys are going to be privy to the interview that happened last year with coming out of the closet whistleblower. Or not coming out of the closet. I mean, that was weird. That's not how I meant to say that. I'm sorry, Jason, if you're watching. I asked him to be a part of the show if he wanted to come back on. I didn't say tonight. I don't know. I said I want to do an interview with you, but I haven't heard back on that yet. But it's pretty cool, damn. I not knowing that he was going to be a whistleblower, knowing who his name was for the whole year and all that stuff it was easy to keep secret. Yeah. Well, I think we'll talk about why it was so easy for me to keep this a secret, and you'll see why when I play the video. And I want to thank Lynne from, I think she changed the name of her channel. It used to be Rebellious Unknown. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting, but Lynne from Rebellious Unknown, you can still find her that way. She was the person who actually saved this show because she was on it. So you saved those. It was a big show. We had a lot of people there, right? It was one of those historic nights that rarely happens in this field, and it just came our way. So I am very, very grateful for you. Thank you so much for saving this show, because I think it might be a little bit of history. And then when I do roll call and come back, a lot of people are giving Jason Sands a big thumbs down. Who's here? Anomalies and the real deal. How do you say? What do you be? Welcome to the room. Hey, Shelly, how are you? I forgot last night. I'm so sorry. Thank you for hanging out tonight. I won't forget. Welcome to the show. Hey, Ian, good to see you, man. Been a minute. Mr. McFadden, how do you been there? Samo, a good phony and a rock star putting up with me temper today. Don't let it get to you, laddie. I mean it with all true love. Yeah, you bloke, yeah. Huh? How'd I go to Scottish? No. Hey, David Wilcox, not Wilcock. Welcome to the show. Hey, Kelly Lewis, the EW is here. Not the OU. We like EWs. Do we? Welcome to the show. Marcel, Goofonian Metalhead. Welcome to the show. Scott Blight, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Paula Faust, how you doing? Welcome to the show. William Schwant, welcome to the show. I think you're new here. I'm not remembering your name, but thanks for hanging. Welcome. Twist UAP. How you doing? Jason was debunked. We're going to talk about that, my friend. That's a good way to start the show. You're kicking it off in the right direction, you lad. I like this kid. You're going to go far like Conor McGregor, my grandson. FAP, what do you say? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Ben, just as well. My God. Good to see everybody. Welcome. Zach, Diecast Montu. Welcome to the show. Strike 3. Yeah. Brooke is, huh? See? Welcome to the show. That was good timing. Hey, what's up, Rich? Dead Food. How you doing, man? Welcome. Murder Hornet. Welcome to the show. How you doing? Alfie Joe Bob. I appreciate you every night. I love you guys, man. I know. Hey, Bobby McBride, how are you? Yeah, it was cool. I watched it last night on AG. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's cool. Yes, but this, I don't know if they showed the whole hour last night. But that 5-hour thing, yeah. I don't know if that's what you're meaning, but I'll play a little bit of it because it's got to. But I did not listen at all to the spaces. I don't even know where to go to. I haven't had time to. It's 5 hours. Anyway. All right, let's get started. If I didn't say your name, trust me, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. And I'm going to go a little long if we have to, but I don't think I need to. I may want to. because if the conversation's still fresh, and I don't know, I may, Amy may come on. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to. Let me see if I got any messages. Oh, well, that's a nice start. All right. Well, we'll start the show off with if you want to help support GUFON. We are supported by you. So all the links are in the show description: Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. You could even become a member. And, we do live show for the members, 4 or 5 a month. And then we throw up some old videos and some interesting new stuff I'm coming out with. And with that being said, David Wilcox, not Wilcock, dropped a 25 spot on PayPal. Oh, that's the way we do it. A continuing supporter of GUFON. David Wilcox, not Wilcock. Grazie. Canadian coin. Love those Canadians. All right. That was a good start. Thank you. All right. Let's move this here. So I don't know what I want to do right now. Do I want to... Eric Davis. So last year, as you heard, Jason Sands was Ted Howell. He came on the show, on a roundtable show, after one of these interviews Grush did, whatever, right? So he came on a little bit to defend David Grush, his friend, but not only that, to tell a story of aliens and his involvement with aliens and UFOs. Now, I don't remember much of the story that he told. I listened, and believe me, that was a very detailed story that I had a hard time believing. I know I remember it that way. But we're going to listen to it. So I'm not going to yap all night like I normally do. But let's check out what Eric Davis said here, because he says he's full of shit. All right. Well, here from Stephen Greenstreet posts this Eric Davis. Sands turns out to be either a liar or a believer in his own BS. He was never vetted, and his story keeps changing. People I collaborate with have met him and realized that his claims don't hold water. The only thing that they felt was certain from meeting Sands is that he likely did work at United States Air Force bases. So he worked in the military is all they want to say. What did Greenstreet have to say to this? Eric Davis comes out against Jason Sands and his wild alien claims. BS. He was never vetted. His claims don't hold water. When you've lost Eric Demons telepathically spoke to me, Davis. That is funny. I love Stephen Greenstreet. Okay, so you know what? Hey, that is true. If Eric Davis doesn't believe you, then something's wrong with your story, because Eric Davis pretty much believes the last person he listened to, So I'm not going to... Eric Davis, who gives a, who gives a sheet? Really? Who cares what Eric Davis thinks of Jason Sands? Honestly, it's Eric freaking Davis. He's Mr. Fantasyland himself. Are you kidding me right now? You're going to use that and say, oh, well, Eric Davis doesn't. Oh, well, I guess we might as well fold up the tent and go home. Oh, Eric Davis said Jason Sands is FOS. Full of shit. Yeah. Eric Davis knows everything about everything. Eric Davis, man, that's gold. That's just gold. You can't write this story that we're living in right now. We have a ufologist, or I'm sorry. What? We have a supposed whistleblower who was on my show last year. I'm just going to drop it and let's just start watching it. I wanted to do that the first hour because he's on for an hour. And then we could maybe bring some people on tonight, maybe, yeah? Why not? I guess maybe. I think that'll be a good idea. He made a claim. We just vetting him. Thank you. Samo, I just read a message. Bro, good guy stuff. All right, let's bring this up here. Thank you, Lynne Hurley, for being diligent. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2. No, bad timing. All right, so you can see Alien Girl, Lynne, Ice Cream Shots. What's his channel again? What is it? Metal Militia? Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Doc Skinner, 1028 Productions. Earthling, this guy, Van Hinderhonger, whatever his name was. Willie, Bill, and here he is. Mr. Ted Howells, it says. Now, in my head, I was thinking Mr. Howell, from Gilligan's Island. But this is where it starts, where he comes in, and I'm just going to let it roll. He's going to say, damn it, what's up, Doc Skinner? Doc, you got to have something to say. You've been sitting there so patiently.
I do.
Ooh, that's
a
loud,
lot of the stuff that we saw, we've known. So I have one word for us: reparations. For all the shit we've gone through, the jobs we've lost, the friends we've lost.
Please.
What color you want your spaceship, man? What color?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Silver.
Yeah, I think it's time. I mean, because so many people's lives have been
I'm totally
ruined.
down with Doc. We need it's like playing a record backwards. You get your wife back, you get your dog back, you get your truck back, you get everything comes back. So that's what we need. We need to get them. We need to get CERN to reverse the speed of their cyclotron or
An organization.
All right, I'm trying to get up to where he talks. I mean, we're not here for all that. Right?
Back, I was
Or the show's
notified.
meeting.
The real show, and all right. I guess he doesn't speak for a minute. I knew he was on for an hour. Maybe we just get. Oh, there he goes. I think. Could you have been chosen for this over him, or are you a totally different? Oh, here we go. All right. Well, let's go.
For God's sake, right?
No.
Yeah, they do.
Hold on. All right, here we go.
UAP task force.
You got to be kidding me! I messed up again, Rich. You idiot. Go.
By Grush. Like, if that information that he handed over for review.
There we go.
The
Hard.
police cam from when they went into the backyard. That's what I want to see.
It's up there. You can see it.
Oh,
I
is
saw
it
it. Yeah.
I'm a lot more interested in the Grush. I'm a lot more interested in the Grush information because that's to have some credibility to it. Like, I mean, I guess one question for everybody here, I'd like to pose is, like, do you guys think that there's any chance at all that there would be a legitimate disclosure of information that was handed over by Grush? Like, if that information that he handed over for review does contain any information that gives him credibility and would prove anything that he had stated, do you think there's any chance that would actually be released?
Yeah, I believe so. I know Grush, and I've been with him the whole way through, but yeah, he's really pushed for that. And
he's been with them the whole way through. Are you taking notes, people?
I know that's one thing that I'd love to see his work.
Ted, you know Grush?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, I'm in the intel community too. I've worked with him during the UAP task force.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, we still talk to each other.
Or reading Rainbow. Hey,
that's why I tried to get in so much.
My uncle worked at
into the back room just to kind of see if anybody had any real questions
from him too.
This is amazing that you actually know the guy and you're here. So we got to pick your brain for a minute.
What's the implications of the topic when he said that the Vatican is involved? Like, how is that
when
going
is the
to
Vatican
wreck
not
everything?
That
involved?
goes way back to World War
Let's
II
pose
days.
that question. When are they not involved? I mean, they got a telescope called Lucifer, for God's sake. Right?
No,
Yeah, they do.
I
Google
don't
it.
think so.
Google it.
Very true.
No, anyway, no, he was talking about Mussolini days when, it was pretty touch and go times there with the Americans coming in, and the Vatican probably did get. I wasn't alive back then. I'm just going off what David had told me about his, his experiences and interviews and stuff like that. But yeah, I believe the guy because I've talked to him about other things, and he's proven himself to me.
Yeah,
well,
wait, what did he show
do you
you?
believe though that he could just believe what he's being told though? Do you feel it's possible that he could be used as a tool though? Is there potential there?
No, I know that.
What makes you say that though? I mean, it's easy to just say no, but like, what makes you say that?
Well, I've talked to him. I've talked to the friends and other people that he's interviewed because I've got a clearance, and they're all very credible people. And
what's your clearance?
It's the top secret and above.
Top secret and above. Top secret and above. Hold on. Top secret and above. The way he said that, I don't know. Jason, I know you're watching. I'm going to take a look at how you said that. I'm a body language expert in my own world. It was just, even when I first heard you say that, I'm like, we're going to pick his brain tonight, but we're going to stare at his body. Well, what we can see. Go.
Because I've got a clearance, and they're all very credible people. And
did you see the eyebrows? I'm messing around with everybody. Go ahead.
What's your clearance?
Clearance.
It's the top secret and above.
Now, Ted, you said he proved it to you. How did he prove it to you?
Well, as you
Good
said,
question.
things are classified. I've seen some of the stuff.
Could you have been chosen for this over him, or are you a totally different level of a?
I'm in a different place in my life right now, and I have to watch out because, I'm not ready to go and start my own foundation like he did. I'd have to get out from underneath my current job and kind of enter into the world like he has, and then maybe I could go public.
What's your current job?
I have to keep that close hold.
When you spoke, how long do you know him?
About 3.5 years.
Oh, that's it. So right when he got involved with UFOs, right, a couple of years ago. Can you tell us who he spoke with? Do you have any names? Because we don't know.
Well, there's a group of analysts that are on the top secret computers, and they're the ones who report to Congress annually. And those are the people that have...
Wait. What does that mean? They're on top secret computers doing what?
Well, we're all analysts. We're all intel guys. We're all trying to crack the data on UAP that we get to see. We're the ones who analyzed all of the Tic Tac video and all that good stuff.
That's you?
Wow. Well, it's not me.
No, I know, but you were there. This is amazing. I didn't know you were that guy.
Yeah,
like one of them, this is very exciting.
Yeah, but there are really a bunch of things that we've gone through, and David is really the guy he says he is, and he was there every step of the way.
Let's say he is everything he says he is. Where's the proof? That's what I need. The 2 whistleblowers are supposed to be coming out real soon. I don't know if it's tomorrow, but they supposedly have this evidence that's supposed
maybe they'll come out on Greer's show.
Yeah,
well,
I might be going to Greer's show tomorrow myself. He invited me, so
this is amazing.
Yeah.
Really?
Hey, back to the TikTok subject.
Hey. I have to admit, it's interesting that he just popped. Well, he didn't just pop in. I mean, he emailed me and all this, but yeah, the level this guy's on. Well, how do you believe? How do you not believe? What do we do? Where do we go with the information given to us? Because from that 5-hour thing that I heard, there was a lot of stuff that was said that's like 20 and back. I think he wasn't in it. I don't think he was in the 20 and back, but he knew of it, I guess, right? Isn't that where I'm at with that, Amy? I think that's how it was explained. So, I'll try to find it while we're watching this, but very interesting so far. I really am genuinely shocked because I didn't know he had that kind of clearance. I mean, I just knew he was a guy who knew Grush, pretty much. All right, here we go. Go ahead.
Answer.
Tic Tac.
Tic Tac.
Oh, the Tic Tac.
Tic Tac.
I don't know why I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Okay, go ahead.
Bad breath, Richie. Bad breath.
Yeah, bad breath. Right.
NHI. And Greer says that the Tic Tac is Lockheed Skunk Works.
And I would say, in my estimation, from what I've seen of everything, I'm of the mind that because of where it was, military exercise zone, and the maneuvers it was doing, it seemed like it was going up to like 10,000 feet and then back down like just over the water. It seems to me like they would have been maybe testing it in that area. So to me, it might be military. There is a possibility that it's quite our own rather than NHI's.
Well, now my understanding, according to Charles Hall, is that the Tic Tacs are the tall whites. They are a benevolent ET race that are here. I mean, they're not exactly allies to us, but they're not dangerous.
I think anybody that's purporting to have knowledge of like details of contact with alien species is, I don't want to be argumentative here, but I think they're a crank. Like, I don't think anybody has had any kind of experience that would warrant that. Like at the very least, like, so let's take everything that they've said that Grush has said to be true.
Face value.
It seems to take what they've stated at face value, because this, in my opinion, is the most credible information that's been given out to the public thus far, which even still leaves room for this to actually exist as a phenomenon. But
I think
so they've stated that he alludes to the idea that Grush alludes to the idea that he doesn't know if there's been any kind of agreement with an alien species or not. Let's suppose that there has been this phenomenon going on. I think the most likely scenario is that we're a bug in a petri dish to these intelligences. Like, why would we have any kind of in-depth communication with them? Like, if they're capable of manipulating space and time in this way, like, they're well beyond our intellectual capabilities. Like, it would be.
I was never a big fan of that. Never a big fan of that theory. We're very smart. Why wouldn't they want to see a species like us, even though we can't leave the planet or dive through space in an instant? Whatever, transmedium craft. You want to go that route? Go ahead. That's for you. Just because we can't do that does not mean we're not intelligent, does not mean we're not interesting. See, I don't like that. Don't put us in like we're on in a zoo, that we're insects that can't understand. Apparently we can. Obviously we've had deals with the aliens, right? We had contracts with them. So why do people always say that? Well, they look at us like ants. Would you sign a contract with an ant? End of story. No, I wouldn't either.
An arrogant supposition to think that they would want to contact us. I mean, you kind of can look at our own moral behavior to see why you also wouldn't want to contact us. But I think that the more interesting thing to speculate about is what their intentions would be. If they do exist.
We've had a chance. You're right, and I think to speak to it properly and give it a little bit of backdrop is Arrow is telling the truth. They can't prove that it's alien. All we know is these are unknown craft, and they've reported that several years in a row now, that they have unresolved things that we've captured on video or picture or whatever. The other thing, though, that David would tell you is that the people he's talked to who say they're in the program have said that, yes, there is an agreement. Now, at this point, I think it's safe to say the Arrow and the intelligence community are probably loath to all of a sudden say, yeah, the unknowns are now, we're going to categorize those as aliens automatically. And along with that, the Tic Tacs would have to be taken into context as being alien. So that is still an unknown, I think, to be scientifically, the way that they would want me to say it. However, there's this other part of it that David is telling you that, and telling us and pretty much all of mankind, is that these are real. He's being talked to by people that are very credible. You don't just get into a program like that in the black world and not have your head together. You've got to prove to them through polygraphs and everything else that you're a good, honest person. All these things have to be in place in order for you to even be in the program.
Yeah, you got to be
the kind of
vetted.
people that have come forward to him. And so I take that quite seriously, because it's not something that you just give away in the government. It's not like, you find somebody in a bar and say, hey, you're going to get read in today. These are people that have been working quite a while. And so I give some credibility to that part of it. And so the Tic Tac, to me, yeah, there is a sense of mystery to that, because even if it is something that we own, it did display some aerodynamics that are quite hard to replicate. And to me, there's some mystery to that. Is that, did they get this technology from something exotic, and hybridize it? I don't know. But that's just my take on it.
How many NHIs are there? I mean, are we just a melting pot within another melting pot?
Well, I'd have to give you my opinion on that, because
here we go.
After being exposed to that kind of information, you do tend to read up on it. You tend to look around for things to.
You tend to look around for things to make it real. You see, you look for things, and now let's say he tried to do the opposite and didn't look for that stuff and looked at everything in a negative light, like unbelievable, can't believe it, won't happen, never will. He might not even be around. Who cares about UFOs if he thought that way? But, what does he have to lose if he comes out and nobody believes him? And why wouldn't anybody believe him? If you believe Grush, you must believe him, because that's where Grush got a little bit of the story from. So why wouldn't you believe it? You can't do that. You can't go because one guy's better looking than the other, or one guy's more interesting than the other, or more believable than the other. You got to look at the evidence, the facts, what they're saying, how they're saying it. It's a little more than just, I don't believe him. It's more than that. It's more like, why don't I believe him? He's not saying anything differently than what Grush said. Now, he's supposed to be a first account, eyewitness, true whistleblower. On GUFON? I'm sorry, I'm going to spit my teeth out. All right, here we go. Let's continue. About halfway.
See whether or not it makes logical sense. I've heard and read about, there being at least 15 or more just in our galaxy. I think that's something that a lot of people who've been, eyewitnesses or firsthand knowledge people that have tried to come forward and said, yeah, there's quite a few people out there that either like us or don't like us, or maybe kind of like us or whatever in this galaxy. And that's what the eyewitnesses are saying.
So where's he getting these stories from? Where's he getting them? The same people who told Grush the stories. Yeah. You understand? Everything's funneling to nowhere. And then it just stops. We fill up our cup with a lot of information, but it's hard to drink. It smells funny. It's different. I don't like the look of it. Some film on the glass that I can't see through. I got to see it all. And I'm not getting the whole story. And the reason is because I have a feeling, it's just me, it's my opinion, that this is, this is really difficult, because everything leads to the government doing shit illegally to get the funds, right? Allocated funds. They didn't go to where they were supposed to, is one of the claims, right? NHIs, well, he said he never seen them, Mr. Sands, but he's heard about them. He knows about them. He's read about them. So have I. So without having top secret clearance and above, I know just as much as he does. You probably know more than I do. You know? Nobody knows. And for me, Jason, I love you as a person. And I hope whatever it is you're doing is for the greater good of this country, this world, the existence of whatever, our being. It's very hard for us to believe you, okay, without evidence, without physical evidence. Now, the story sounds great so far. Unbelievable, you know, but I'll say the same thing I said about Grush. It feels scripted. It's the same story I've been hearing for 20 years, even, you know, before I became a researcher. When are you going to tell us something that we could take to the bank, cash it in, and say, he's telling the truth?
I don't think there's been any information to substantiate that.
Right. I couldn't substantiate that, and neither could David. I mean, he'd have to literally have, I think, if you want total proof, he's going to have to interview and bring forward all 15 of these other extraterrestrials. And I highly doubt that he's got that kind of management control over them. It's really going to come down to if these are people that are out there and we're not alone, they themselves are probably going to have to come forward.
So I have a question. If he has no documentation to substantiate the claims that he's been told by other people, what did he testify to Congress about? What did he show them if he had no proof?
From what I understand, he did have the photographs. He did have documents that came from the program. From what I also understand is that the people that he said he interviewed also came forward and also presented their case to them. And again, they went through a vetting process just to do that, because you don't just walk into Congress one day and say, hey, I want to tell you some story. You know?
Right. And then also, maybe you can help me understand, during the interview, he said, you know, I'm coming to you, great personal risk. This was the one thing that kind of, I know I already said this, but it's the one thing that like stuck in my head, which was, I'm coming to you.
Oh my God. Did that just happen? Guys, tell me that ain't the coolest thing. I don't like that. Think about this, guys. Shane Reed passed away a few days ago from cancer. And look what just popped up on the screen. It's like he's here. And he says, the time has finally come. I think. Keep on going, Rich. Whew. He thought he was dying several times, so that was just his way of saying, I might not see you again. Wow. We just saw him now. I'm a little bit touched by that. All right. Wow. Well, I don't remember what I was going to say, so I'm just going to continue on.
Risk. This was the one thing that kind of, I know I already said this, but it's the one thing that like stuck in my head, which was, I'm coming to you at great personal risk. But in the article that Leslie Keene wrote, she said he had already gotten everything that he was putting out there publicly approved by the Department of Defense. So how is he coming out like, a great personal risk for himself?
If what he says is true, we've not heard anybody on a large scale or a small scale that are still in the program working it coming forward. If the stories are true that they have buried people in the desert with a bullet in their head, that's what he's referring to, is that those people can still feel like they're above the law and come after him at any time.
Yeah,
and
it doesn't matter.
It's different than that, though. I don't think
never meant anything.
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, but I just want to say, I don't think it has to do with like someone like Grush. I don't think he's at risk at all. It's the guy that can come verify what he's saying. That guy's at risk. Grush can't verify any of it. He's another guy talking, and that's.
Oh, okay. Check this out, man. Now, I just learned it's possible that Jason Sands was on Alien Scientists' show a couple of times. I believe it. Probably has another name, right? That is so wild. I thought I was the only one. That's why it happened the way it did on the thumbnail. That's what I That's what everybody was saying. But if alien scientists had him on, how come we didn't hear about that? I never heard about that. I still haven't heard about it. I don't think he had him on. I don't think he did. Anyway, if he did, he did. It's funny, though. I don't see him. Geez. Friggin' A. I forgot what I was going to say again. This is actually very interesting what's being said here.
That's it.
Well, I agree.
Grush's information is second and third hand at best. And so he doesn't really pose a threat to the powers that be.
No, because we still don't know what he's saying is true.
He said personal risk, and just to take the contrarian opinion, that could mean something as simple as of risk to his personal reputation.
Oh, that's what I was saying. That's what I meant to say. I was going to say. All right. So let's say this Jason Sands fellow, he's testing the waters as Ted Howell. I want to know what people think about Grush. I want to know what people think about what I'm saying now. Because if I decide I'm going to be a whistleblower, I need to know who's on my side. We're all on your side. All of us, Jason. Do not listen to your friends, the detractors. I'm telling you, nobody hates. We just are tired of no evidence. That's it. We don't want to hear it. We've heard it all. That's why we're upset. We're not mad at you personally. God, and what a brave guy if he does come out and go to Congress and does this on the Bible. You know how I feel. But if he does that, it's brave. It's brave. But I don't want to, now from what I heard in that 5-hour Spaces thing about these skiff meetings they got to go in and all this stuff, I'm tired of that. I don't know. He said something about having to do, I know what it was, having to go to Dopser. Come on, man. If this guy has to go through Dopser, he's not a real whistleblower. Did Gary McKinnon go to the, I want to look for UFOs and stuff. Can I do that, please? I'll hack it, but I won't hack every... A real whistleblower puts their life on the line for going to prison, for the 2 in the back, like Burchett says, not getting approved, not saving your pension, not saving your life, your family's life. What does a true whistleblower do? They say, F you, I'm saying what I want to say, and I don't want to run it by nobody. You may be afraid they're going to kill you, right? But a real whistleblower puts his life on the line more than a rehearsed, Dopser-approved whistleblower. Jason, that's not what we want from you. We don't want you to do it that way. Don't do it at all. Just keep going on the internet and spreading the message. Don't put your hand on any Bible, just in case, okay? I'm telling you. Just do what you're doing. Forget the government. We don't need another whistleblower. Matter of fact, tell all your whistleblowing friends to come over to GUFON because I respected you and your privacy for almost a year. They can come here and talk to me. I want to hear their story. I can break it very gently. I just want the truth. I don't want any bullshit. I don't want any government scripts. I don't want any freaking disinfo play. I want it truthful. And I can tell. So can you guys. We know what a liar looks like here.
God. Well, like the guy has a physics education, I'm sure he has educated friends, and his peers might just look at him as a bit kooky if he comes out and says this stuff. He could mean something as simple as that. So
right,
we're guessing as to what he's thinking.
Right,
correct.
No,
and I would
agree.
be
I agree. 10 years ago.
Look what they did to Bob Lazar.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly true. I think.
Well, look what they did to Phil Schneider.
Talking about all of that, he might be talking a little bit about bodily risk.
Schneider.
But he definitely is talking about career risk. I mean, he's already faced down some really nasty people that were coming after him to get him to shut up, and nearly ruined his career.
Okay, what did they do? Give me specifics, because anybody can say anything, right? What did they do? Oh, the people came after him. How? Specific. Did they shoot his tires? Did they put spikes in his on the ground? They put a bomb under him. Were there threats on the answering machine? Can you tell us anything? Instead of saying, oh, he was threatened. You want to know why that bothers me? Because I'm one of the only people I've ever known who said he was followed and recorded it twice and caught the people running. That's the truth. Just think about every freaking thing they're saying. Without evidence, it's just another story. All right. Yep.
And just earlier this year, that he finally proved to them that he was exonerated. And it was a real big victory for him. So yeah, I'd say it's more difficult for anybody to come after him at this point now. Now that he's proven himself,
He couldn't get a clearance anymore, though, now, even if it was true, right? I mean, who would give him a clearance for anything at this point?
Nobody give him a clearance.
Right. He gave it up willingly. Yeah. He just walked out and said, that's it.
So I don't think he's in jeopardy of a career. I think his career is already dead at this point. Right. Who's going to hire him?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a big unknown. That's the first time he's ever done something like
Jeremy Doorbell.
Oh, no.
Career change.
That's a rabbit hole right there.
Is Skinwalker Ranch a part of the disinformation?
I do know that it's been talked about. There's been people that have gone out there and gathered data, and they've proven that there is some pretty strange stuff out there scientifically. There's energy sources. There are lights and all sorts of strange things. People talking about hitchhiker effects. I'm not into that, but I do not have some friends that are similar to me, where we've worked together and analyzed things.
Of course you do.
They seem to be like, yeah, this might actually have some truth to it.
Those are the same people that tell us the fantasy land.
Maybe there'll be something come of it if another team goes out there and maybe has some better equipment.
Stories.
Ted,
wouldn't that be classified information, Ted? Isn't that against your security clearance?
No. It's going out to Skinwalker Ranch is perfectly public.
Oh, but the investigations that your colleagues have done, that seems a little, bit like you might be risking your career there. Just, courtesy advising you to be careful.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What do you know about the 1.6 gigahertz frequency going on over there? That's what I want to know.
You want to know what?
1.21
the
gigawatts.
1.6 gigahertz transmission that's coming out of the mesa. It's very weird, and it's going on for hundreds of miles in all directions.
That is
and
weird.
It seems to affect everything from quadricopters and not cheap stuff. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of high-end quads, and they just crash to the ground. Just boom. But they've done some pretty weird experiments, and that frequency isn't just found there. It's found on. I have friends that live in that area, and he's a ham operator. He receives on that frequency all the time. When they're drilling into that mountain, he can tell. It comes right up on his spectrograph. It's pretty cool. But yeah, there's weird stuff going on.
You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's an alarm. It's an alarm system that's built into the mountain. Anytime somebody tries to break in, it goes off. And it lets the aliens know.
They're drilling metal. They're drilling metal. They're getting metal out on the.
I came up with that theory. You're welcome. You're welcome. You can use that. Skinwalker Ranch. Ziegfugel is not in the store to hear your request. Can I speak to Brandon Ziegfugel, please? I ask who is calling. It is me, Ziegfugel. You will always give me the respect I need. Okay, get back to the show.
The end of their bit.
Stupid.
Every time they hit it, it seems to rebroadcast the signals and stuff. It's pretty weird.
That's what I'm saying. Every time they try to drop something in, shoot something up its ass, everything goes wrong.
Yep. It's pretty whacked.
It's amazing. I mean, it really is. As much as I can't stand, Skinwalker Cash.
I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. They're so publicizing it, but there's some weird crap going on there, for no doubt.
Yeah, but
what?
I can tell you.
I'm here.
Going to say that
Go ahead.
Well, the analyst group, that's not really their charter. They're there to investigate just the UAPs. That's it. They're not there to, go out on expeditions to Skinwalker and check stuff out. So that was something I could tell you, that it's unclassified. It's not in their bailiwick. I don't think it's even in Arrow. The new Arrow office would not investigate Skinwalker.
Right. Because when what's his name sold it to the new guy there, the a mogul,
Zeke Fugel.
the
You're about to
mogul
be
Vogel,
careful. Be careful, the
it
Fiora
like
is
a
watching.
privately public because he's making a show there, but it's pretty cool.
We must get this guy's full name, please, for the doc. We must find him and take care of business. Nobody talks to the Fugel. This way, go.
Cool. Even the stuff that they found before that, when the government had part in it, where nothing came out, and then now that it's a TV show, these things are coming out. So it's pretty cool. At least they're releasing it.
Because they're looking for it now. That's why, Chief. That's why you put a camera somewhere. You're going to catch something eventually. Hey, you throw enough crap up against the wall, something's about to stick. Capiche? Not meatballs. Come on. It's not that type of night. Ma! Me?
Yeah. Oop, I think I dropped off. Oh, sorry.
I mean, I kind of feel like Green Street kind of buried Skinwalker, no? I mean, he kind of
there's,
ended that,
there's
right?
all different ranches around. Like I said, it's not just there; it's hundreds of miles around that area. The whole area is like weird. It's not just that one spot.
10 minutes of video left.
There's also Stardust Ranch here in Arizona.
Right. You got the frog
that place is a piece of shit. I've been there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, right. It's all dust and tumbleweed.
It's right on the side of the road. There's two ranches touching it. There's nothing going on there.
Yeah, there's cameras on a pole and people saying, step back from the perimeter.
Yeah. I mean, literally, the gate is 17 feet from the road. It's right there. It's like...
But it's really, like I said, because it's not just there. Everybody around there knows. It's like everywhere. Those ranches are just property borders we made up. That means nothing to the land, you know.
But I'm hearing Blind Frog Ranch is supposed to have more activity than over there. So maybe it moved. I don't know. But
no, it's all over. It's everywhere.
It is all over the whole basin.
Yep, that whole area. You look at it like it's so close. The zone of Silencia is over there too. That's even more weird. You want to talk about a weird area?
Where?
The zone of Silencia.
Oh,
you can't even fly airplanes over it. They crash to the ground because all your electronics go fluey and all that. Yeah.
The zone of silence.
That zone of silence.
Yeah, nothing works in there. That's a weird. I did a show on that one.
Cell phones, nothing. You don't get TV signal, nada.
Because of that friggin', it's that 1.6 gigawatt thing that they're aiming down.
Gigawatts.
And they're using HAARP to aim it at the ground.
Oh, HAARP, here we go.
They made pretty clouds in the sky that ripple.
Yeah.
Now I did see, and this was in mainstream news where this has been verified just prior to China having a massive earthquake. They said that the sky, the clouds especially, were kind of a pinkish color just prior to a massive earthquake in China. And they said this has happened numerous times recently. And so maybe this pinkish color could be an indicator that it's not natural, that it is man-made after all. So I don't know. A lot of interesting stuff. You know, why does the United States get attacked by 20 hurricanes and nobody else does? Why? Are we a hurricane magnet somehow?
Hurricanes love America. Everybody loves America. Even
the hurricanes apparently.
That's right.
Hurricanes really love us, apparently.
It's because of the way the Gulf is designed and the way the Florida and it's the winds, it's the whole thing.
I'm sure it is.
It's a mad world, I tell you.
Just like
the earth spins
when they
the wrong
found out
way.
that I had a girlfriend in Vietnam, and it was a Cat 5 hurricane heading straight to Vietnam. But I'm sure that's just all coincidence, right, guys?
Oh, of course it is.
HAARP, listen, I've watched HAARP turn on I'm a ham operator for a long, long time, and I've watched when HAARP turns on, and I'm thousands of miles away from it. And literally days later, there's all this weird weather going on all around the planet. I don't disagree with you. I mean, you can't prove it, but it heats up the F layer to a point where it drives weather. It's a fact. I mean, heat rise. You know what I mean? Cold drops. It's common sense. You drop that. You
I have a question I would love to ask.
Ask.
I have a question I would love to ask to either Ted or any of you guys. So do you think that any other whistleblowers are going to come out in support of Grush?
Great question.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm going to ask
Maybe.
if
it turns out to be credible, sure.
But do you think
I wouldn't see why not.
Is there consensus?
That's exactly where this is all going.
Yeah,
I hope it does.
Exactly
I hope it does.
on.
You know, I'm ready for this.
That's what Ted just said. That's exactly where it's all going. You know, he didn't say too much tonight. I know on that 5-hour thing, we're gonna skip through it a little bit tonight and more tomorrow. But yeah, it's not what I thought this night. I guess because there was 10 of us there, and it's not like it was a one-on-one interview, but he did say some very interesting things, which we've talked about so far. So if you missed it, you may want to go back and listen in the replay. But there's only a few minutes left, so let's see what he has to say and go from there.
I've been doing this stuff since 1970, guys. I'm ready for something to happen, okay? I mean, I've been at this a lot.
That's what I'm afraid of, that guy. I don't want to be that guy. I'm going to be that guy.
Long time, man. I got this gray hair for a reason, okay? I've been at this a long time. I'm ready for something to happen, something to go down.
Yeah, I'll tell you that
all the time. Let it happen.
Everybody's talking.
It's
newsflash. Your hair is white now.
It's been happening like a lot.
Yeah. Hey guys,
being reported everywhere around the world, so it's happening a lot. So you keep saying you want to see it happening. I mean, with our instantaneous information, it's happening everywhere.
I would love to hear what Ted has to say on it.
Yeah, I'd say that's exactly what everybody wants, from Arrow to the Congress to Dave Grush to the other whistleblowers. I think that's the mission in life. That's the reason they took the risk to come forward, is to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
I think ultimately, though, they don't want it to be an adversarial thing. I would suppose that just like in any other project that the government runs, there are good people. They probably think in this program, there's probably a lot of scientists and engineers that feel they're doing something very patriotic.
Right.
There are others that feel as though, they may have gotten themselves in leadership positions, and you wouldn't want to meet them in a dark alley. Kind of people.
Right.
That are responsible for some of the criminal activities or something. That's kind of my take on this, is that I think there's some hurdles in their way right now, and that's why we're not getting the whistleblowers coming forward, because they have to get to a better place.
What does that mean?
And I think that's where everybody's working towards.
Well, what does that
mean? It's going to take some time, and hopefully David will be around to kind of blaze the trail for us. And I'm looking forward to that. I do have great respect for him already, for coming forward and doing the things he's done, and even quitting the Air Force the way he did to do this.
But Lou did the same thing in essence, and he dropped the ball the whole time. That guy he ruined ufology. Are they trying to pick up the pieces now?
That's why.
Well,
I know.
Do you know David Grush personally?
He does.
Yeah, and I know Lou as well, and Lou's a good guy.
I'm just wondering, why you can't pronounce his last name, because it's Gersh, not Grush.
It's Grush.
It's Grush.
Well,
like Rush.
Grush, sorry. I always call him Grush.
So do they still plan on Project Bluebeam, or has that been thrown out now that so many people have talked about it?
Project Bluebeam was just a theory.
I don't know what that
I don't know.
is.
Elon Musk is going forward with his little satellite thing he's got going on. So I don't know.
I have a question. Internet stays great too. Strong internet from Musk.
What'd you have, Richie?
Well, Ted, maybe you know the answer. Maybe somebody else does. Why haven't we seen anything on the Tic Tac over land? If it's such a popular thing and everybody's been seeing it over the ocean, how come they don't drift over to the land, over the Florida Peninsula once in a while, over by California, the Baja area, Mexico? Nobody's seen the Tic Tac ever.
What do you want?
Roswell?
Richie.
Yes, they have. Like I said, Charles Hall says that the Tic Tac.
No. I want to see the evidence.
France.
I don't give a shit about the voice.
I don't think Charles Hall has video.
Nobody. Charles Holt doesn't.
Yeah, he don't have no videos.
You talking about Colonel Holt?
Yeah, Hall, Charles Hall.
Oh, Hall. Okay.
Yeah, he was out in the Arizona desert.
I know him.
In a station there all by himself. Well, that enough would be unnerving. But then apparently he runs into the tall whites, and they aren't exactly human. And so I imagine the boy was ready to pull his hair out. I know I'd be pretty upset.
Is there real video, Ted, or if anybody knows of the Tic Tac that's not being shown?
Wow.
I'm not aware of any.
Yeah,
anybody?
Call NASA. Yeah, for sure. NASA's got all sorts.
Oh yeah, NASA tells us the truth all the time. Yeah,
they're the ones that just that have all the footage that everyone we can't see. No one asks them any questions or nothing. They just keep saying we're gonna go back to the moon, and that's all you ever hear from them.
It's because the cameras on the space station are so horrible. They're very low quality. They don't have the money.
They got cameras up there that are high.
No.
Yeah, of course they do.
Of course they do.
They don't show us the high def stuff. Are you kidding me?
Hell no, they
horrible
don't.
Cameras. They can't afford good cameras.
The Black Knight satellite.
$1 billion. How's that for a ringer? Money. That's a lot of.
No, they take
can't say that on here, but you know,
weren't all videos
1 at a time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just remember, StreamYard will cut us all off if we're talking over each other.
Okay. Yeah, that was kind of interesting.
What do you mean StreamYard will cut us off?
It cuts the audio, not cut us off, but it cuts the audio. Like you can hear one person, but you can't hear what the other person is saying.
All right, who is speaking next? Go.
Well, I was gonna say I've got to get rolling. I gotta get some sleep before I head out to work tomorrow. But
yeah, we're all gonna get going, Ted. Thank you so much for doing this and waiting.
Thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for your service as well. Thank you.
Yep. So more to come is all I got to say. It's probably.
I'd like to talk to you sometime. Is there a way we can do that? Can I email you or you email me at GUFONradio@gmail.com?
Say that again.
It's my email's in the description, but it's GUFONradio@gmail.com.
Sure. Yeah, I'll get in contact with you.
All right, Ted. I'd love to have a conversation with you.
Speaking of email, Rich,
maybe have you on. Maybe
hold of me.
Thanks, Ted. Who's that? All right. Stop the insanity. All right, already. So, that's that. I was thinking, alien scientist had him on? In a way, I think that person's right. I kind of almost remember seeing him on his show, now that I think about it, but it doesn't matter. He was here first, all right? I don't care, but that was fun. And what's going on is crazy because there was a 5-hour thing, Spaces. I can't never remember the name of that thing. 5-hour Spaces. But let me show you some things before we get to that. Madonna mia. See why we probably got to go a little late? I can't go that late tonight. Maybe we'll do part 2 tomorrow. Maybe we'll do that. I think we'll do that. All right. Hold on. There's so much I want to talk about. It's only been an hour, so we have another hour. I am getting this. Eric Davis. That just cracked me up. Yeah, Jason Sands turns out to be either a liar or a believer of his own BS, he says. He was never vetted, and his story keeps changing. People I collaborate with have met him and realized that his claims don't hold water. The only thing that they felt was certain was that, he worked on USAF bases. So that's bad. Did anybody think that he seemed credible? It's hard to tell, right? He was just casually hanging out, no stress. You know why? Probably because either a couple of things have happened. Either he's so confident in his story that he has that air of confidence. It doesn't seem like he's going to lie or it doesn't seem like he's lying or making any purposeful hand gestures like Jeremy Corbell purposely doing this, He was pretty calm, pretty level, pretty normal. I must add. So maybe he was there to dip into the ufology pool in the community and see what is going on here at GUFON and see what their people think. And that's exactly what happened. And none of us really knew right then and there that it was a possible whistleblower. He still hasn't come forward yet. Still got a ways to go. But I heard he's in that James Fox movie that's coming out real soon. Any day, they say. Probably this summer. But he's in it, from what I hear. But it's weird. Why would Eric Davis say that about Sands? Is it because Sands is telling the truth and it doesn't fly parallel or in line with the Fantasyland disinfo people? The stories are almost similar. I mean, Grush got some of his story from this guy. You know what I mean? You hear what I'm saying? When it doesn't make sense, there's something wrong. So, the last thing is Sands is lying. And Eric Davis is confident to say that. Immediately. Didn't wait. Not even 2 days. Just said, this guy's either full of himself or living in fantasy land. Just like you. Isn't that weird? It's like the cat calling the kettle black? Or is it the black calling the kettle kitty? Anyway, there we go. The infighting. We love it. They're supposed to be friends. They're on the same team. They all work in the government. Why is there all this? He didn't say, but he knows Grush. Grush got his information from him, but Jason Sands is full of shit. If Jason Sands is full of shit, then Grush is full of shit. Doesn't that make sense? Drop. That's a mic drop right there, actually. That's what they would do right then and there. But I don't do mic drops. You know why? Because I only got one mic. We need to keep making believe we're dropping mics. So. So there's a person on X whose handle is, when you have no evidence, blame Arrow and Wikipedia. And it's got, let me just show you. It's got David Grush's face up on it. And they made a comment, and now I see, I commented too, but here. Jesus, he says, this is about Sands. Oh, what a massive, and our show, what you just watched. So he says this about the 10 people who were on GUFON. Wow, what a massive group of losers. They all look exactly like what I imagine a 40-year-old that lives in there. First of all, that's poor English. A 40-year-old and there. I'm not he, she, or they, them. I'm a man. So that means lives in his parents' basement. See, that's how you know you're dealing with stupid people, when they don't even know proper English from the first grade. Can I get a hell yeah? Thank you, Chickie, the only one. So that's me. You know what I like about that comment? I'm 40 years old. It's 56, you yahoo. You got two things wrong. My age, God bless you. You must love me. And I don't live in my parents' basement because we don't have basements. And if I did live with my parents, it would be in the spare house, which I may have to move into. And I don't care if the world knows. I love my parents. I'll live with them if I have to. Who cares? I don't care what you think. Matter of fact, I would have my meals done. My clothes would get done. All I have to do is just work. The food would be like, come on. Who wouldn't want to live with their mom? That's the dumbest comment. That comment started when the internet started and people still use it today. Like it's brand new. Like that's going to hurt me. I would love to live with my parents. Believe they need me. I need them. Isn't that nice? So I said back to that, says the idiot using a David Grush profile pic to hide its own identity. I called him an it or her an it. Another keyboard terrorist who would never say that to my face. Bitch. Place and time. I'm 40, remember? Come on. I love that. I'll be 40 all day, cuz I was feeling good at 40. 56, not so much. Not so much. All right, let's move along. So let me pull this up. I don't know what I was doing. I was back to doing my show like I normally do, and I forgot we were doing this. All right. Right. Where is it? Hold on. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Whew. I forgot. It was on a different tab. All right. For a little bit, we're going to skip through Jason Sands on, well, it's a Twitter, X space show. Whose is it? By Logan Black. Logan Black. Yeah, Logan Black on, all right, on YouTube as well. So, a shout out to Logan Black. Let's take a listen, shall we? Mod on a me of 5 hours. Jesus Christ. I mean, really. Remember when we did the 8-hour, 45-minute marathon? Yeah. All right, let's see what's going on here.
Where all that is taken care of.
Liar! I can't listen to this. No, I'm kidding.
If I've got all my legal blocks gone through, I've gone through Congress, the whistleblower program, like I said earlier. I've gone through the ICIG. I've been through Arrow. I've done all of it.
Hold on. Let's go back a little bit. I don't want to miss any of this. My goodness.
That approved through the Dopser
Hey.
About the hitchhiker phenomena. Are you familiar with the hitchhiker phenomena?
Well, I sure am.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Over there at Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah.
Okay. And they had personal experiences with the hitchhiker phenomena. Have you had any personal experiences with the hitchhiker phenomena, or are you familiar with anyone close in these programs that have experienced a hitchhiker?
I have not. However, I do have some friends that have. Yes.
Okay. And then, interesting. Okay. And then you mentioned the blue alien or the blue entity. But you stopped yourself short from getting into too many details, saying that we would have to wait and see. Wait and see for what?
Well, it's just I know James Fox. I go over all that in James Fox's film. I don't want to spoil it for him or you guys. And that's what I'm holding back is because I know he's working real hard on it. So
okay, so for a movie, okay. And then, is there a reason why you decided to be a whistleblower on Twitter Spaces rather than going to like the Washington Post or mainstream media?
Well, this one, those are all possibilities of, to do all those kinds of things. This one seemed to be a good discussion tonight, and I wanted to be part of that because it seems that there's been a few other times when my name has been mentioned. I felt bad that I couldn't participate at that time because I was still going through my Dopser process, which is your pre-publication thing.
You still can. Like, this is an opportunity for you guys to connect and make an article for the Washington Post. Like, you guys can you know what I'm saying? Like, Here it is.
Correct. And that's the whole thing is that, the opportunity is always there, but, I'm not a glory seeker or anything like that. I've just wanted to set the story straight. I'm working towards my retirement just like everybody else. And I feel this is the only time, this is the generation where I've seen all the celestial bodies kind of aligning on this topic.
Mm. Are you still in government? Are you you are still in government? Oh, okay. Yes. I did not know that. Okay. You're still in. So what agency are you in?
I'd like to leave them out of that. Because my employer knows that I am a whistleblower, and I promised them that, I wouldn't mention them at all because I don't want to do that.
Okay, what's the best piece of evidence you have to support the story you're telling?
By the way, this is incredible.
I guess it's just that I've been verified through Congress, Arrow,
right?
The ICIG.
But I saw Eric Davis say that he has not been vetted. And the plot thickens, my GUFOnians. We are hearing bull crap, or are we hearing a lot of lies? I just said that same thing twice, but two different ways. Idiot.
You can still get into the systems and see what I was read into. Yeah, I've been to the places I've said I've been. People have looked up my medical records, up my yin yang, and all of them have said, yeah, he's who he says he is. That's the best evidence I can tell you is that that's there. I'm not.
By the way, does anybody agree that that's not the evidence we were looking for? We want to know what you seen, what you saw, and what you're gonna show. Capiche? Come on, Sands. Don't beat around the bush. Don't call me and tell. No. Play it again.
Not going to carry out. I've never carried a UFO on my back.
I was trying to say, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining, but it came out, don't call me and tell me it's raining. And I stopped myself halfway through. If you really want to know, that's what happened.
That's what you're getting at. That's an impossibility. And being able to drop it like in Sean Kirkpatrick's lap, I couldn't.
So you know where they are, right? Please do you know where they are? Do you know where the UFOs are?
He spoke with Arrow.
I have a good idea, but they could have moved them since then. You know, I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for taking my questions.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I know. Go ahead, Kimmel.
I just was curious to know from Jason or Steve why they felt the need. I mean, did this all culminate with Steve's story with Courtney, or was it actually Courtney's story that I know she said she was in contact with the NSA basically reached out?
Yeah. We in the beginning of the show. Yeah. Oh, it's you, Kelly. Oh, I didn't realize that was you. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I was going to say something. I didn't know that was you. Don't know why. I don't know why. You know what's going on. Yeah, never mind. But yeah, Ted is his dad's name, but it's also Jason's middle name. Isn't that nice? Our GUFOnians are smart. Smartest, I'm telling you. People that come here, they're like, you have the smartest chat room I've ever seen. I get emails all the time. All the time. It was a great, you got a great show. It was different from what I thought. I didn't realize, the show's, this way. Instead, I thought all you're going to do is rip on people. It's not that way at all. I get those once in a while, and I'll read them someday when we do an email. Maybe I'll start doing that, reading emails from the fans with permission, of course. All right, let's. I always thought fan mail was fun with David Letterman. I have some emails that are like, they're trolling, but my God, what if they're not? All right, let's get back to Jason. Sands of time. How much time are we wasting? Are the sands of time dripping through the hourglass for nothing? Are the sands of time spoken in tongues not understood by the Joe Schmo? The regular guy. You know why? They don't care. They don't research. And that's all that matters. Just make blanket statements. Don't give any details because those are hard to remember. And leave it up to us to decide. Is this guy for real? Jesus, man. Eric Davis said he ain't. But this guy said he is. I mean, he said it himself. The host asked him a question. What evidence do you have? The evidence I have. I've been vetted. I have this, that, and the other. No! We want to know, what evidence do you have of aliens? Is that what you think he meant when he asked him that question? I think that's what he said. Well, obviously he goes, what evidence do you have that your claims are true, or something like that? Well, I understand his answer, but it is a workaround answer. It's bullshit. Sorry, Jason, it is. You know it is.
Thanks, guys. I know. Go ahead, Kim.
Here it is again.
I just was curious to know from Jason or Steve why they felt the need. I mean, did this all culminate with Steve's story with Courtney, or was it actually Courtney's story that I know she said she was in contact? The NSA basically reached out to Courtney because of your story. Yeah. And she eventually had a space with Steve, and I've talked a whole bunch with Steve over the past 48 hours, but I just am wondering what's causing you to come forward right now when you are.
Well, I'm a thoughtful guy. I am also a somebody who's approachable, and I do listen. I've known Courtney for quite a bit now. I think since about New Year, I've known her. We've talked, and she's visited me here where I am, and we get along pretty good. And I've always intended to talk to her, some other really great people like Leslie Kane and James Fox, and Chris Mellon, all these really great names and stuff like that. I'm very honored that they're all out there doing great work. But since New Year's, when people saw that little video of James Fox with my name on the clapperboard, I've been wondering myself that, I know I'm working towards publication, but I don't have that yet. But I just got that approved through the Dopster program last month. So wow. I couldn't let Courtney or Leslie Kane or anybody else run with the story, or Colt Hart or Jeremy Corbell or anybody else that would be interested in that sort of thing. I just really wasn't ready. But this is the month where all that is taken care of. I've got all my legal blocks gone through. I've gone through Congress, the whistleblower program, like I said earlier. I've gone through the ICIG. I've been through Arrow. I've done all of it. I've done everything by the numbers, just like David Grush did.
Jason, I'll just say it again, man. Sir, thank you for doing what you're doing. I know this is crazy, I'm sure, on your end.
Yep. Well,
No, that was a good explanation, I think, of why, because a lot of people are wondering, even myself, of why Twitter Spaces. I think Stephen asked it too, of why Twitter Spaces, why right now. But if this were Spaces, if this were the avenue, this is the people who are in the forefront and studying the topic and really up to the game of what's going on. Mm-hmm. So appreciate it again. We'll go around to the room. I know Experience, and then Chris, and then Danny Silva. What's up, guys?
All right. So thanks again, Jason, for this. So I just wanted to nail down something here as far as the act of why you're whistleblowing. You ran intelligence or telecommunication intelligence. Mm-hmm. You heard something that alluded to a craft that you possibly have familiarity with that was overseas, and potentially some nefarious or contraband being moved, which is a big no-no and bad thing if it was happening under people's nose. Is that what you're whistleblowing on, essentially?
Well, that's what raised my hackles, and I knew I had to come forward at that point because when I was in the program in the 90s, early to mid 90s, that was not on the horizon. I had never heard any of the program equipment or vehicles being used for that sort of thing. And here was something that honestly raised my hackles. And that's gotcha. Why I was concerned. That's why I went forward.
Okay, thank you for that. The other question I would have is, there's been release of some program names that you can't specifically say it was reverse engineering. The Kona Blue thing came out. If that was just a proposal, are there names that you are aware of that are not out in the public right now that you were familiar with potentially being connected to those programs?
Kona Blue, I didn't even know of that one, honestly. But it makes sense to me that the Department of Homeland Security would be a good agency to handle the sorts of things you'd have to do if you did have material that, say, crashed in one of the continental United States, because you've got to have some sort of an agency that can work with the legislatures and the local, law enforcement and everything else to do a retrieval, let's say, in any given state here in the United States. The Department of Homeland Security is the only
proposal, and it never got moved
Right.
under DHS, right? It got denied. So, but are there any other programs that you are familiar with that has not been publicly stated out there that?
Shoot.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been read into hundreds of different programs that I can't speak of, but yeah, they all have their own program names that are not ever divulged.
Blanket statement. Yeah, oh yeah, I've been read into a couple hundred, but I cannot tell you anything else. Same thing. So what do you think is going to happen? I'm not playing another second of it. Tomorrow we will. Because there's no reason to. Tonight. I want to find out the meat and potatoes of this 5-hour stream that they did. It already sounds really good. I like this format where they're just having many different people and quietly, because you bring them on one by one, or you could have them all on, It's working out well. I like the way they're interviewing him there. It's very smart. Instead of having everybody speaking at one time. Yeah. I mean, we can do that here on StreamYard too. But it's not as easy. Not as easy. I can't explain it. You just have to understand StreamYard and Spaces. To understand that comment when you have a lot of people on and you're controlling the conversation and you don't want everybody chiming in, you got to press, got to go, got to press, got to hide, got to press, got to go, got to lead, bring in another one. Then you got to press, got to go, got to let them in, got to go, got to who, what, where, when in the green room. It's always something going on. It's not just click and what. It's not that. It's a lot. So they're doing a great job with that. This very good space thing, whatever you call it. Very good. I like it. I don't know if it gets crazy later and they open up the microphone to the whole room. That happens. But they do a pretty good job with it. So, where do we lie with Jason Sands? Same place I left him. Having a hard time with it. I want to believe like I always do. But it's hard. It's hard without evidence. So if there was something that backed it up, like a photograph or radar or video, imagine that. But there isn't. And now what's happening is we're hearing from a guy who claims to be firsthand account whistleblower, who David Grush apparently heard some of these things and incorporated it into the congressional hearing story that we heard. And among other things. And now people are not buying into Jason Sands with both feet. People are very skeptical, and rightly so. Rightly so. I don't have to explain. You know why. Everybody lies. Nobody's trustworthy. So finally you get a guy who seems like he's telling the truth, like Jason Sands, and you're like, wait a minute. This doesn't sound like the other people. This guy, oh no, I don't like this. I feel like I can believe him. And you're fighting that feeling. Maybe we should be accepting it. Maybe just one time and see what happens. But I'll tell you, we've done it before. And anytime you open that door, it gets crazier. And then eventually it all comes crumbling down. So if people aren't buying into him, they can't buy into Grush either. Not 100%. But then you have to disseminate, what did Grush learn from this guy? What did he learn from that guy? Because those two aren't credible, but these three people seem credible, but I'm not so sure. It's like, it's a crazy mixed up hodgepodge of everything you could throw at the kitchen sink. And whatever sticks should be washed. Isn't that how it goes? I want to show you some other comments that are going around. What's this? Oh, no, yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Ah. Huh. This has nothing to do with it. This is the Christopher Mellon stuff. So we talked a little bit about this at the beginning of the show. I think we talked about it yesterday for a second. Senior USG official confirming that they're dealing with the recovered landed UFO. They call it a UAP, but it landed in Kingman, Arizona. They know the CR management structures and name of the USAF gatekeeper. Look, I've known about this supposed crash in Arizona since we moved to Arizona. It's a very well-known Kingman, Arizona UFO crash that happened, I think, in the early 80s. Something I always thought it was in the 40s or the 50s. But apparently there's two different stories. A UFO that crashed in Kingman, Arizona in 1950-something, one or two. They couldn't get to it because the area was so dangerous. So they just dumped dirt on it or something like that, right? They left it. Then now I'm hearing there's this other one that was like around 1980-ish. I'm a little confused. But does it make sense to you that aliens, if it's aliens, can travel all this way, get to Earth, and then crash? Because they got hit with the, what is it, radar gun? He's going too fast. Boop, take him down, Johnson. We got him. It's another one. Yeah. So apparently this technology that's so primitive to aliens can take down their ships. So convenient. But it's not aliens. Nuts and bolts. It's us. Don't you think it makes sense? Don't you? We're testing, back engineering before Roswell. As a matter of fact, Roswell was probably us. And I don't mean coming back from the future. I mean, it was us. It wasn't aliens the whole time. Could have been little people to fit in the craft, or they were burnt down. I don't know. But I have a feeling that I'm right. I don't think Roswell had anything to do with aliens. I think it had to do with Americans back engineering archaeological advanced technology that was found from a civilization hundreds of thousands of years ago. That's why they're not flying in. And every now and then, we back engineer these things into a freaking mountain or a cliff or, well, same thing, a ravine, water. And then, well, you know what? That's just Johnny, or, well, leave it. It was a robot anyway. Then they don't go get it. And one day, somebody's walking alongside that area, Kingman, Arizona, and they see it sticking out of the ground because there was a flood the night before, and it washed away all the dirt. Now, all of a sudden, this kid has this UFO that he's going to use and travel. Oh, wait, that's that movie. Yeah, never mind. All right. What was that movie anyway? I forget the name of it. I always forget the name. The Voyager? What is his name? There was an unknown flying object or objects shot down, says an Iranian official. This was on Newsbreak. Unknown flying objects shot down, Iranian official says. Let me pull this up for you. Here we go. In beep, bop, boop, bop, beep.
We've just been hearing from a commander in Iran's army who has confirmed that anti-aircraft facilities were used to shoot down unknown flying objects at a low altitude over the base, a military base just northeast of Esfahan, within Esfahan province, near Esfahan International Airport. According to this official, ground-based anti-aircraft guns at low altitude confronted these objects that were coming towards the Hashdom Shekari Air Base, which houses, interestingly enough, the Iran's fleet of American F-14 Tomcat fighter planes. As far as we understand, according to this official, there has been no real damage sustained to this military airbase. We did hear that the airspace over Iran was cleared for a few hours.
It's people!
Operations have resumed
Come
at all
on.
the airports, including the international one in the capital, Tehran.
So wait a minute. There was no UFOs? What?
We've just been hearing from a commander in Iran's
Is this the
army
footage?
who has confirmed that anti-aircraft facilities were used to shoot down unknown flying objects at a low altitude over the base, a military base just northeast of Esfahan, within Esfahan province, near Esfahan International Airport.
You know what? Flashes in the sky, dots that I can't tell what it is. You can keep that one. Hey, Christopher Mellon quotes have been, well, this person that Christopher Mellon quotes seemed to have some great info on recovered alien craft, being that we're speaking about it. But then you dig into the article a little bit and you see the guy was aware of stuff but never actually saw anything. So possibly just another part of the circle. And that was from Mick West. It says here in 5, 4, 3, 2, show, will ya? I share the message with some trepidation. I worry about the privacy of the author and the privacy of the USAF individual whose name I've redacted. I worry, too, that some will mistakenly assume that this is smoking gun document and all we have to do now is get the author to step forward. However, it is important to note that this individual now claims that although they became aware of the program, they were ultimately denied access. But they admit they had not seen or touched a recovered craft. Huh. All right. Okay. So what do you want from me? I mean, who gives a? Good. Well, that's the way it should be. Oh, I shut down too soon. Nope, here it is. So it says here, you and I are making progress, getting into the CR program, plans to meet you at some point. It would be slackjaw if they found out what we know now. And then it says here, right now, we haven't gone that far back. We're dealing with the recovered UFO that landed in Kingman in the 50s. We're vacuuming up as such and such gets read in. We now know. So what they're doing is they're vacuuming up. They're gathering up as much as they can, whatever. And so the name of the person is getting read in. We now know the management structure and security control systems and ownership of the CR. We also know who recovers landed or crashed UAPs under what authorities. We also know that a still highly classified memo by a secretary of the USAF in the 1950s is still in effect to maintain the cover on UFOs, UAPs. And we also know the SES-2, who's the Air Force gatekeeper, name redacted here, but provided to Congress. This one was Christopher Mellon, senior USG official. Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's never going to end. It's always a circle jerk of information. While you're looking here, something's going to take you over there, and it's never going to make any sense. It never does. It just can't. Don't you get it? We're going to hear whistleblowers come out and confirm what each one is saying. I confirm. Okay, Grush comes out. I'm just hearsay. That's okay, guy. I'm coming out. And I say I'm a first-hand whistleblower. And I tell you, I vouch for David Grush. We've been friends for 3 years. I don't know how you say his name. I can give a shit about him. But I tell you this, he's a nice guy. You should believe him. Oh, Jason, that did not sound good. Saying his name wrong for 2 hours or whatever. Grush. It's Grush. You think David Grush would have corrected him. Oh, that's just the way I say it. All right. I've never done that. I mean, I've said people's names wrong maybe once, maybe twice if I worked with them and only saw them once in a million years. But other than that, you're friends with somebody, you're not going to call them Grush if their name is Grush, unless he was doing it on purpose. Oh. Maybe he was doing it on purpose. Plausible deniability by not saying his name, maybe? But you know the guy, you're just changing the name. That's what I think happened. I didn't think about the third option. And I'm sorry. Very smart play, Jason. If you are who I think you are, then you're running circles around all of us. That's for sure. Doing a much better job at it than Lou Elizondo. Elizondo wore his emotions on his sleeves. That poor bastard. All right. Moving just to one other topic. These earthquakes that are just going nuts over Taiwan. They just had another couple. And it is active in California. And it is active one other place. Oh, well, Into Thin Air has a very short video here. Let me see if this... Taiwan is being bombarded with multiple 5+ magnitude earthquakes. All right, take a look, a listen, and a watch. Hey, where's the volume? There's no volume. I guess he made it this way. Yeah, well, there they go. Yep, an hour and a couple hours ago. So they're getting bombarded with earthquakes. Something big's about to happen. Obviously. There's going to be a big earthquake. You know what's really overdue that scares the Shiite out of me? California. California is due for that big one. And I don't want to, I'm scared for them. Really. I got friends that live out there and, you know, probably some children I don't know about. You know what I mean? I mean, they gotta be, right? I feel bad for them. I'm joking about the children. It's child. No, I don't know. I'm just joking. All right. We're still talking about, no, let's get rid of that. We did that. What else? I got something else good. Something else good, I said. Oh, my video. I wanted to show you the drone video before we get out of here tonight. And that's it on the, whatever. on Jason Bourne Sands. Let's just call him Jason Bourne from now on. He is a mystery wrapped in a riddle in a skiff by Dopser. Approved by Dopser. So stupid. But tomorrow I'll pick out some things that we need to listen to from that. I'll put the link in the show description anyway, so you guys can go back to it. Same with the show. Same with the old show that we just watched. All right. But I don't know. Same thing as David Grush. It's a lot of stuff with no evidence to back it up. And I think it's cool if he was a first-hand whistleblower. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know then. I don't know now. And that's the thing. That's the plan. Maybe not his plan. But whatever. We're all pawns, but they're real pawns in the game of ufology. I'm just a pawn in the game called life. You know, you shrink it down to topics and stuff, you know. The whole UFO field is just a joke. We've got too many contradictions. It's crazy. Too many people saying, hey, this guy can't be credible. Well, hey, whoa, wait. If Jason Bourne Sands, if he's not credible, then David Grush can't be credible. Because he bought into what Jason Bourne Sands was saying. Capiche? You know? So, very, very sketchy. I'm a little scared for Jason Sands. I say, Jason, do not be putting your hand on the Bible. You don't need to. Why? You're a part of history. You already are. You're on GUFON. That's all that matters. Oh! Had to throw one out there. Right? And you know it's true. Because we do it here every single night. We do truthology for ufology. Ow! Truthology for ufology. It's for you. We do that every week. Every night. 7 nights a week. You can help support the stream here just like Jeanette just did. Jeanette. ¿Cómo se llama? A £5 super dono. Thank you. Did you know that's the first super chat? We had PayPal. Yeah, that's the first one, right? Thanks, Jeanette. Appreciate the £5, £5 super dono. Hope everything's going well over there. And I'm going to show the drone footage before we get out of here. It's not edited. It's just me flying around, but I think you'll like it. I think you'll love it, as a matter of fact. But don't get crazy. It was so windy that day. I was scared flying it. So I didn't do what I really wanted to do, but I'm going to do what I wanted to do tomorrow. And then I'm going to put a nice video together. But I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Jeanette, thank you very much. Appreciate the support. Always continually supporting GUFON. Thank you, moderators, super chatters. Thank you for everything. Keeping the chat room smooth and safe for everybody and the conversations on a level of respect. So thank you. And the newcomers and veterans, thanks for sharing your opinions and comments. It was fun. Yeah, we didn't even get to 200. I thought we were going to have at least 220, 230. I'm surprised at that. I really am. A little bit. I think people stayed away on purpose. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be known. GUFON. Ha! Nah, we're shadow banned. That's all. Thank you very much, Amy from the Alien Girl 111. Now, don't forget, she does the morning show Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So tomorrow she's dropping another video, I think at 7:30 or right before this show at 6:30. Somewhere around 6:30. Keep an eye out for it. And we'll be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Do a little more of this. And then I know I said I might have you guys come on. Maybe tomorrow we'll do that. So I'm going to leave you with the drone footage. I want to thank you all for hanging out one last time. Thanks a lot. And thank you, Lynne, very much. Lynne Hurley for saving our show with keeping that video alive. Thank you very much. And we'll put the link to all the videos and people who helped. And we'll see you tomorrow. So I'm going to bring up this drone footage. Now, I'm going to play music. It's just to get us in the mood. So relax. No, I'm going to do the outro later. I'm not going to do it now. All right. You want to do this one? This one? This one? This one? Oh, not so loud. Keep it low. All right. Alien Bless. What am I doing? Oh. Oh, I got him up. Hey, where is it? Woo. I want to get the right video. Are you ready for this?
Are you afraid of the dark?
A little bit. A little bit.
Are you scared?
A lot. Hey, it didn't work. I can't believe this. It won't work. It won't bring up my sharing screen. The browser can't access your screen. Try capturing a different screen to see if the... Dude! All right, we'll try this one. Nothing's working. All right, I gotta maybe turn off. Something's wrong with it's StreamYard. It's getting all it. StreamYard is getting too big, and they can't handle all of the people that are using it. I'm telling you, that's what's going on. So now I have to moderate. It's not my computer. It doesn't work like that anyway. But let's see if we can. We'll get it working eventually. You'll see. I can't believe it. This is crazy. This is nuts. Oh, I know what I can try. Hold on, let me try this. Well, eventually it'll reset. I've never had it go like this. I've never seen this before. I can't even pull any. If the show just started, I wouldn't be able to share anything. That's how weird it is right now. Hey, Dorothy, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much for the $2 super chat. Yeah, we're just doing a bonus show now. So I'm trying to show drone video, but I can't pull it up. Well, you probably heard. Hey, thank you very much. Never too late, but you did miss, everything else. But it's all there. Thank you very much. Let's see if this works. I still can't get it to work. You thought I was going to say I can't get it up. I'm going to try a few little things. Thanks, Dorothy. All right, I'm going to try some things here. Don't go away. Let's see if this works. Okay. Let's try this. There we go. Maybe it's because I changed that. Let's see. This sucks. I really want to show the video. I guess it's a sign. Maybe I should just edit it and then show it and make a video. That's what they want me to do. I want to give you a little treat before I go. And this is not freaking fair. We pay for this $50 a month. You'd think it would work every night, but it doesn't. And when I have to put shows together, I struggle getting them up. It takes 15, 20, 30 minutes for them to get up on the YouTube. It's crazy. They're trying to kick us out is what it is. Well, if it doesn't work in a few seconds, what else can I do? Let me try some things. Try mixing it up here. Let's try this. Let's see if I can get trick it. Let's trick it. Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work. Nothing works. Let me try this. That sucks. These are good videos too. They're cool. I didn't think they were going to look this cool. Hey! Oh my God. All of my microphone, I'm glad I looked. All of my microphone settings have been changed. Like they're on default. That's probably why I've been having issues. There we go. I want stereo. I don't need to reduce background noise. Echo cancellation. Do not turn this off unless you have a high quality microphone and are wearing it. Thank you. Reduce microphone background noise. Improves audio clarity. I don't ever have background noise. Automatically adjust the mic. Disable this option to manually adjust your mic. Disable this option to manually adjust your mic volume. Oh, I didn't know this. Okay, so maybe that's why. Maybe I go right there. Oh, that That helps from this distance, doesn't it? That's the problem we've been having. All right. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Things didn't work. Let's give it one more. Maybe things caught up. I can't do anything. Oh, that's it. Hopefully we can shut it down. That's what they want. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out. No bonus. And if it does seem to happen at the end, I'll keep trying. So if you just give me a minute and a half and see if it works. If it doesn't work, then that's the end. Other than that, thank you all for hanging out tonight. And be safe. Okay? Be good to each other. And we'll see you tomorrow. All right? Is that it? Are we good? Alien bless. Okay.
Inside of me, you better watch out if you ignite me. The road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows mean. He gets claws real big, pissed off quick, and if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling this war, never getting bored, loves the blood and gore, always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness, torn apart quick. You left scars ripped, you'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. My heart rate, adrenaline pressure. It's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, better do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honest believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. He's locked away inside with the key control by fight or flight. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Every night
this world, only truth will move. Richie G, lightning in his eyes, tearing down the fakers with his cosmic cries, with jokes and longing since the score, leaving us yearning for more. From Roswell to Area 51, Richie's on the riff, his truth's begun. With a brim so wide and a heart so full, he's leading us on a cosmic rock and roll. Raise a glass to Richie G.